Here is Tucker Carlson's guest. Her name is Jenna Ellis. She is a Trump campaign legal advisor and I guess a supposed constitutional law expert.
Where's this all going? Jenna Ellis is a constitutional attorney. She is a campaign advisor, a senior advisor to the Trump reelect, and she joins us tonight. Jenna, thanks so much for coming on.
Great to see you, Tucker.
Give us your most sober analysis of where you think this is really going.
Well, of course, Joe Biden and the rest of the Democrats simply want to change the rules, and they don't care about the Constitution. They don't care about our system of government. They would prefer to keep the judicial branch as a super legislature and as an activist majority, and that's what we've seen through the past 50 and 60 years.
She is a supposed constitutional expert. I guess in some ways she wrote the legal basis for a moral constitution, a guide for Christians, to understand America's constitutional crisis. But as she said, these are they don't want to follow the rules. The Republicans have established the marker that rules are just rules and they can be changed. Constitution theoretically cannot be changed, according to conservatives, but rules are just rules. Laws can be reversed, as Mitch McConnell just said in his speech about the value of them placing all these justices on, or these justices on the Supreme Court and judges on the federal court. But rules can be changed. Well, if rules can be changed for Republicans by Republicans, then rules can also be changed for Democrats by Democrats. And so once you cross that Rubicon, once you say that the Senate is not going to be constrained by the way that it's been functioning in the past, because one party has decided that we're going to take advantage of this, then it's incumbent upon the other parties to follow suit. There are, constitutional parameters about the legislature, but beyond that, then it just becomes a series of rules and laws. And until both parties sit down and can agree to rules and laws, you have instability. But you need both parties to do it. And one party has been now for at least a decade, maybe you might argue more, has basically taken themselves out of that agreement. The agreement no longer exists. There is no longer a meeting of minds about this. So the idea that Democrats would expand the court in light of what the Republicans have done, particularly in the Garland situation, and the intense obstruction by Mitch McConnell, the idea that Patrick Leahy would observe blue slips, which was a Senate tradition. If one of the senators from the home state of a federal judge nominee did not want that nominee to get confirmed, then they would withhold their blue slip, and the chairman of the judiciary would prevent that nominee from getting a vote. It's a fairly anti-democratic institution. It's one that Patrick Leahy adhered to with almost a religious fervor, even more extremely than most judiciary chair people in the past. And it's one that Grassley and Graham completely threw out. They ignored it as Republicans. And so That is why there was no ability for Democratic senators to stop judges like the Republicans had. But it was just a rule, and it was thrown aside without, I don't know. I mean, how many people out there even heard of this? How many of your average people, even people who follow politics, even heard about this dynamic? Very few. So the Republicans got away with it.